how and why I decided to use my side gig, hustling, and my food deliveries, which is what it is, as setting aside, and I don't have to have my retirement really touch on it. Now, I started this journey about a how amazing is this right here? Now, the one thing I do love about my side gig hustles, especially, doing food deliveries, is that I don't have to depend on my retirement check to take care of my billings. I use my side gig hustling money for different things, and it doesn't interfere with it. And I put it aside for different reasons. And I drew up a budgeting plan for my own personal self, my own journey, and just keeping track of my spendings, what I do bring in as for doing side deliveries, Sparks as well as DoorDash, and other delivery services, to include Poshmark. But Poshmark is a different story. I'm not going to even talk about Poshmark. And I drew up a plan that I'm going to go ahead and probably just take a picture of it and let you guys see exactly what my budgeting plan for me looked like. Now, you're going to see me probably look down at my budgeting plan, and this is what it is, my notes of exactly how and why I decided to use my side gig, hustling, and my food deliveries, which is what it is, as setting aside, and I don't have to have my retirement really touch on it. Now, I started this journey about a month ago because I want to see exactly how much income that I was bringing in off of my food deliveries, and have it separated from my retirement checks. And I want to intentionally be putting it aside and see exactly where it was going, because I really did not know. I was just sitting up there making the money, doing my driving, and not knowing exactly where it was going. There was no purpose of me spending it. So I said, you know what? I created this project that I'm in the process of doing, is that my husband, and I think I spoke about it in my budgeting, in one of my budgeting videos, of how we want to renovate our house, and he wants to start with the kitchen. And I'm like thinking, why not use my food delivery money just for that, along with some other things? And it's been going really well, guys, that I don't have to tap into my retirement checks that I get on a monthly basis to include not into his checks, because my husband, he still works. He still works a traditional 9-to-5 job. So I don't have to tap into that either to go ahead on and do some of the things that we want to do with our home, with our grandchildren, and with our children. So I hope that this video will inspire you all and help you all, and you all come along on my journey and intentionally seeing where your money is going and where it went also, because I also put out how much I spent out throughout the whole month. Now, I did this right here from June the 29th to July the 26th. And this is my budgeting. Now, for the deliveries, and I'm going to put in exactly how much, or put in that whole monthly of what I did make during that whole month. Now, the first week, and this is Sparks right here, Sparks Walmart delivery. And I base this, I won't even say based off it. I usually, when I'm doing sparking, is that I had a goal of doing at least $100 a day and less than 5 hours. I didn't want to go over the $5 because I wanted to still be in that same dollar amount of $20 an hour at least. Now, sometimes I did find myself kind of tipping over it a little bit, but I made sure that I wasn't that far from it, y'all. Really made sure I wasn't that far from it. But for June the 29th through June the 5th, I made $414.85. That's also including tips, earned tips. And I did that on a 6-day spree. Okay, I had a phone call come in. Now, I did that on a 6-day spread from from June the 29th through July the 5th, which was $414.85. That was 6 days that I did go out and do food deliveries for Sparks. And I did it under that 5-hour bracket per day because I still want to stay within that $20 an hour market. Now for July the 6th to July the 12th, I did $588.25, which was on a 5-day spread. That's also including tips also. Now with Sparks, they have their payout from week to week. And that's how they broke it down in the way that I'm telling you all is how they broke it down. So I'm giving it to you all. So it makes it a lot more simpler and a lot more easier for me, as well as me telling you all how and my money came in during that time frame. And that was in a 5 days stretch on that, and still under that 5 hours, deadline. Now, like I said, some of the days, I did kind of tip over that 5 hours, but it wasn't anything major because I wanted to stay within that $20 range market of hours. Now, also for July the 13th through July the 19th, that I made $632.85. That was during 6 days stretch. Now, I can break it down a little bit further and let you know that on some days, I think I made like about maybe, I think it was like $38. But then on other days, I kind of made up for it and made like about $110 or $115. I can go ahead and break it down to you all, but I decided to go ahead and do it from the week to week basis because it was a lot more simpler for me as well as for you all, and also keeping track of my journey, seeing how much money I was bringing into the household as well as how much money I was spending too, y'all. And I'm gonna get to that, y'all, so be patient with me. Be patient now. And you guys gonna be surprised now. You're gonna be ludicrous. So you guys got to watch the video. You gotta watch the video and see exactly how much I actually spent. Now for July the 20th through July the 26th, I really didn't go out and do a lot of food deliveries. I did $117.84, and I only worked for 1 day period, and that was at least a little over, I think it was like 5 hours and like 30 minutes. And the reason being is that I had a lot to do during that time. I was concentrating on getting up some of my Poshmark shows that I am a reseller, and I do Poshmark live shows. Also, I did have other doctor's appointments for me as well as for my family members, to take care of. So I wasn't able to get out there and do food deliveries as I normally would have done. And this is something that I was pushing myself just to see exactly how much money I can bring in and how much money I can actually save, because there were things that we wanted to do with the home, y'all. So with DoorDash now, because sometimes Sparks was not giving out the rates or the price tag that I was looking for. And I call these things like bogus orders, $37 for about 2 and 3 hours of a driving within one time frame, 20 to 30 some drop-offs and whatnot. And I didn't want to do that. That was just too long for me. And then you was paying less than the $20 that I want to stay on track with. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But once again, that's another story, y'all. That's another story in itself. But with DoorDash, I decided to turn on my DoorDash. But however, with the total of that month from June the 29th to July the 26th, and this is for Sparks, I made $1,753.79 for Sparks. Now for DoorDash, for June the 29th through June the 5th, and DoorDash did not show me no love at all. I don't know if DoorDash and Sparks was in cahoots with one another. I don't know, y'all, because and I didn't keep it on long. I might have kept it on for at least about maybe 15, 20 minutes. I made $5.60. That's right, y'all heard right. $5.60. That's including tips too now. For July the 6th through, I'm sorry, for July the 6th through July the 12th, I made a big whopping $22.97 on that one, on that particular day. Not sure exactly how much. I don't think it was over an hour. It might have been an hour and some change. Because once again, Sparks just wasn't out there sparking for me. They didn't want me to be in those Spark streets for some reason, and they were giving me bogus orders. So I said, I'm going to turn on my DoorDash. But DoorDash was doing the same thing to me, y'all. So then July the 13th, I'm like, okay, DoorDash just playing with me. They really want me to get out in these DoorDash streets and really want me to go ahead on and make that money. So I came back in on from between July the 13th to July the 19th. I got paid a huge $12.64. Now, this right here, this is the day, the money that I'm telling you all that I did for DoorDash. It wasn't broken up within those days. That's just how their payout system is also. And that was just on a day period. Because I'm like, okay, since y'all want to play, we're going to play too. I just can't be coming on DoorDash making that kind of money. Not right now. No. Hopefully it will get a little bit better because the kids are going back to school. I don't know. I'm hoping, y'all. I'm praying, y'all. But for that month, from June the 29th to July the 19th, because that's when I stopped DoorDashing during that time, because I said, y'all want to play, is that I made a whole big, humongous, wait for it, y'all, $41.21. Yes, I did. $41.21 for DoorDash. So, in combining Sparks as well as DoorDash together, I did a total for that month from June the 29th to July the 26th, because I didn't stop sparking until July 26th. And it's kind of rolling on into the next month of August, of $1,795, which is really good in my opinion, y'all. I really, really, really worked my tail off to the bones for Sparks because I want to see if it was doable, y'all. Can I do this? But I also realized this right here, y'all. And I know it's kind of like I'm getting off track of my budgeting, that I was lacking in the other things that I was doing, like my reselling, my putting together for live shows and everything like that, doing my workout sessions and everything. But that's another story. I keep getting off track, y'all. Y'all got to pull me back in, get me back on track. So for total, I made $1,795 for Sparks as well as for DoorDash. Now, usually I am a delivery driver for Uber Eats, and I haven't done Uber Eats in maybe 7 or 8 months right now. I also do field consultant work for Inviewit also, which I did not do anything for them because they don't have that much coming in my local town area. However, let me let you know my percentage rate of where I'm putting my money at, also what I spent for that month. And I have this all going into one separate account, y'all. Now, I do have my fund money. My fund money, I give 25% in my bank account for fund money, and it really consists of like special occasions, birthdays, holidays, and even vacation. So for that month, I put up accumulated $448.76. I'm sorry, $448.75. I'm just a little penny off. And for my gas and food, and I said in my other video, I don't really eat a lot of food because I take a lot of snacks from the house, you know, or I'll wait till I get back home and eat from, because we have 3 big, huge deep freezers full of food. Yes, we do. I keep telling my husband, why we keep filling up these freezers of food? And nobody's trying to eat it. We have a stand-up refrigerator that's full with food. So I'm trying to eat it all. I'm like, I can't eat everything. But anyway, that's another story too. But for my gas and food, for my gas, I did for the whole month now. And this is just only for doing food deliveries, not for personal use at all. for food deliveries, I spent $182.62. Really good. So I only spent $182.62 for that month in Sparking as well as DoorDashing. And for food, y'all not gonna believe it. For food, yes, I spent $13. $13.62. I had 25% taken out of that $1,795, which equal out to be $448.75. However, leaving me a balance because I had to take out that some portion of that 25% for food and gas of $266.13. So I'm still winning, y'all. I'm still gaining. And see, I put 50% in my renovation. 50% of my renovation is $897.50. I hope I didn't confuse y'all or anything like that, because I was kind of confused myself, you know. But that's what for my house renovation, I put 50% in my house renovation, and that's just starting with the kitchen. And the reason why I put a large amount of percentage in it, because it's going to cost the most, you know, to build our 30-year-old home back up to where we want it to be. So that's the reason why I said I'm going to go ahead on and start a budgeting of my food delivery, my side gigs. I'm going to do it intentionally. It's going to be authentic and transparent in what I did with all my money during that time, and setting aside and why I'm doing it, and that I don't want to tap into my retirement to fund the house or our vacation or the children's birthdays or holidays or something of that nature. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm showing that I am being intentional about it, and I'm being responsible. And it's kind of let me know exactly where my money is actually going to. Because I'm telling you, in the beginning, I had no idea where my money was going to. I just know that it was just either sitting in the bank, doing a bunch of nothing, and I'm just steady just spending it. And on what? Probably a bunch of nothing. So when me and my husband, we came up with this idea of let's go ahead and renovate, you know, the house. I'm like, why not use the side gig money? Easy. It's simple. I like doing it. So that's what I do, y'all. So if this is something that y'all really like to do, if y'all got a simple budget plan to, you know, what you all do with y'all side gig money, you know, where do y'all invest it into? How do y'all spend it? Where does it actually go? Does it go and, you know, paying you all bills off, paying off your debts or something like that? Is it going to funding, you know, your children, you know, helping your grands out, helping your children out, helping, you know, your family out, or just doing like vacations, you know, because when you're in my age group, I'm looking for vacation time. I am. So having planned for my side hustle income, it does help me to keep motivating myself to get out there and continue doing my side gigs, doing my food deliveries, and knowing that I am intentionally making an effort of where my money is actually going to, where every extra dollar bill is being spent, and what it's actually doing for me. Even though I am retired, and during the time when I was still in the 9-to-5 traditional sense job, is that I was still setting aside that retirement. I still, in a sense, still doing it the same way, but I'm looking at it in a different avenue with my side gig, with my my food deliveries and what I'm doing. It lets me know this is what you're doing. This is where your money's at. This is where it's actually growing. So that way, when we get ready to renovate the house, I don't have to pull from my retirement accounts. I don't have to, you know, pull from my monthly checks that I do get from the state. And so it's helping me a whole lot. And to me, y'all, it's a lot of less stress. It really is. Really a lot of less stress on me to know how we're going to do this, that, and the third off our retirement check and my husband's still working. So I kind of like this little method right here of using my little side gig money, using it fun money, vacation money for the children, the grandchildren, renovating the home. And I get to see exactly where it go to. So guys, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button. It lets you know when I do go live. And drop a comment down below and let me know what y'all do. Because I am truly interested in knowing, what do y'all do with y'all side gig hustling money? Because I would like to go ahead on and take what you all are doing and apply it to me also, because it might be workable for me too. You don't know. You guys have an amazing day. And guys, I hope to see you guys on the next go round. Bye, y'all. And much love to you.